let's get started. For that purpose, I have started my Visual Studio 2019, and I'm going to create a new project, and that's going to be .NET Core application. Once I set up the projects, I will explain you what are we going to be doing actually under this uh, course session. Okay, so I have it right here. So it's going to be a console application. So that's going to be our front end. Okay, let's just call it front end. For example, your front end, remember, could be in any other, for example, framework. It could be PHP based, it could be Python based, it could be ASP.NET, it could be Windows Forms, it could be WPF or UWP, etc. Okay, so in my case, I'll just keep things simpler so that you understand the programming concepts behind everything. Okay, all right, just 1 second. Just make sure that I have set up everything properly for you. Okay, so here is our front end program. All right, so I'm just gonna do this point, and I am going to add another project, which is going to be again .NET Core, and it's going to be just a class based. So just 1 second, let me just find it. Core. Right, so I've got a lot of things right here, as you can see. Zola. Or actually, you know what we can do is, let's just simply create another console app, and I will tell you what we're gonna do in order to make it work for a backend development. All right. So in our case, at this point, this is our backend. I'm just going to delete the program, and the compilation level should be to a class level. Okay. So you can do this by basically select the project, go right click on your mouse and go to properties. And then instead of output type console application, just choose the class library and just save it. Exit out from here. And on the front end dependencies, what we're going to do is we're going to set a reference to the backend. So at project reference, we'll just reference it. In case, just rebuild the solution so that everything is fine at this point. Okay, so what are we going to be building at this point? So basically, I have this idea for complex backend and backend development for a login system and invoice processing system. Okay, so that involves complex C# development program. So the login system is we're going to create a login system, and there will be a collection which is going to store username and a password, for example. Then upon authentication, we're going to process invoices, for example, through the processing system which we are going to develop. So I would suggest that you carefully listen, that you at the very first time, and I would suggest that you try to do what I do after you've actually kind of grasped or understood the topic at least a little bit. Okay, so for that purpose, we said we are going to be building a login system, right? So I'm going to start with the login information first, building actually the login. And okay, it's too bad I don't have the domain actually designed right here, but so you're gonna have to just watch me at this point, and then after that, you can develop it on your own. Okay, so that's going to be called. This is my login met class. Okay, and this class we're going to name it as a public class. Okay, and then under this public class we're going to store two properties. one is the username, okay, and the other one is the password. All right, set. All right, and then I'm going to create a constructor here, ctor, and press tab twice to do it. Then I'm going to pass the username and the password at this point, okay? Then I will say this username, which is the property, equals to the one that we pass in as a parameter. And I would say this password, which is the property, which is equal to the one that we're passing as a parameter, okay? And I will create another empty constructor and just keep it like that, okay? Just keep it like that at this point. Now, at this point, what I would like to do is, let me just see, all right, I've got brackets right here to close the line. So at this point, we can build the login details. So for that purpose, I would need another class. Okay, where is it? It's add class, right? Then I will call this one login details. Login details. Okay. And just put an attribute of public right here. Okay, so this is a public class login detail, right? At this point, what do we have right here? So the login details obviously is consisted of information or collection of login information, right? So we could have many usernames and many passwords for different people in a business organization, right? So when building a software, I mean, obviously we have to consider